All right, everyone, we are going live. And yes, I am well aware that there is a Knick game on. It is the Knicks and the Lakers. I don't know the score. I know the Knicks were up by 2 a few minutes ago. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's out there. Of course, this is Tim with Online Big Blue and Big Pat Sports Talk. This is our show, which is usually on Pat's channel, but we are going to trade it up a little bit and have it here on the Online Big Blue Network. So how are we doing today, Pat?
Man, we're doing good, man. Put a couple of things out earlier today, and I'm excited about the draft coming up, man. We got so many options we can go to. So just name a few options that we could go to with the number 11th pick coming up. I think the draft is what, the 27th or the 29th? The 29th. Okay.
Draft is April 29th.
Yeah, we got many options going, man. I'm thinking though, if Devontae Smith is there, they may take him. If he's there, unless somebody like Rashawn Slater is there, and like you, the more film that I watch on Slater, the more questions I have about his game. The main thing that I think would mess with him in the league is his short arms, and he doesn't punch.
Well, those are two big. Those are two slightly big issues.
Yeah, so but it's not to say that he can't become a great lineman. I believe he can.
No. It's not saying at all. But it's just if you're looking at him, it's he doesn't. Eric Flowers had some of the similar issues, but the problem was Eric Flowers was a big man.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you sit there and you look at Slater, and it's not that he's a small guy, but he's just barely over 300 pounds, and he's only a little bit over 6 feet. So it's not like he's a hulking mass,
right?
Individual. So, and if you're gonna pick someone at 11, you would hope they were a little bit bigger than that.
Right.
Fingers crossed. But like I said, I still get crap for disrespecting Slater. Joseph, what's going on? I see Joseph over there. Whoops. There we go. My buttons aren't working because guys, I usually don't do our lead a stream on Mondays because I do a stream on Sundays, and that's why I let Pat do it because I'm tired. I'm tired during the week. I'm old. I'm not young like you people. But you know what, Pat? We got the draft, like you were just mentioned, on the 29th. We got we've gone through free agency. We've done what we probably can do. And I did a video today that if you take a look at our cap space right now, with the rule of 51, we're $2 million actually under the cap, but we have almost 83 players under contract. And so we're like something crazy, like I don't know the exact number, but we would actually be 21 million over the cap with the rule of 51. And this team has still got numerous holes to fill. And the draft, like I said, there's so much that you can do on the draft. And I've said it before, bad teams reach for position. So my question is, I know we talked about Slater. I know we talked about the receiver. Let's say you are picking third, and you have the choice of who you're going to take for the Giants. And you know the needs that we need to fill. Where are you going? Where are you looking at and saying, hey, this is what the Giants need, and this is what the Giants have to compete in 2021?
If I had the third pick and I couldn't trade it, I had to make
the third pick and you can't trade it.
I'm taking Penny Sewell.
Really? That high?
With the number 3 pick?
Now the scouting reports are saying that his arms are just about the same size, if not smaller, than Slater's.
Let me rethink that. No, I made a quick thing. So you say we had a number 3 pick.
Yep.
We have a lot of holes. I don't think we have a lot of holes on the team, but we do have holes on the team. I'm gonna be honest with you. With the number 1 and 2 picks are gonna be quarterbacks. I'm taking Jamar Chase. I don't even know why I said Penny, so I'm taking Jamar Chase.
You're going with Chase.
Reason why is him and Galladay together is gonna be absolutely crazy. And with him getting open, with them getting open as fast as they do, it kind of masks the offensive line. And like I tell Giants fans now, let's not act like our offensive line was just absolute trash, like
No, we weren't.
trash, like
Yeah,
it was when Eli's last couple of years. I
you're not
say
allowed to talk about that though.
right. I say that we can get a nice offensive lineman in the second round that can actually come in and maybe play guard, or if somebody like a Vera Tucker magically drops to 46, I believe, we can take someone like him. But if I had a number 3 pick, I'm going Chase, because that 1-2 punch at receiver is ridiculous.
Well, don't forget, you also still have Sterling Shepard, Darius
Exactly.
Slayton, and Saquon Barkley out of the backfield. And I think Industry Plug said it best, because I think we've compared this already. To me, Slater is Eric Flowers. But I said that we mentioned it earlier. Eric Flowers actually had size. I mean, he looked the part of an offensive lineman.
Eric Flowers though.
Yeah, I agree, man. Eric Flowers at times, he looked like Tarzan, played like Jane. But you know what? He had that build, he had that look, and to me, Slater, if you're comparing him to Flowers, looks like Jane, and I don't know if he's going to play like Jane, but Flowers now, he's resurrected his career in Miami, but yeah, he does the same things that Flowers did. The same things that would drive people nuts. Like I said, it's point of impact. He puts his head down.
Yep, puts his head down.
That is a bad. We've said it before, Pat. That's a bad way to play football.
Yeah, that's a horrible way to play football at any position. Put your head down. He's playing guard at Miami now, correct? Is he playing guard? See, that's where I think Slater will excel at, his guard. But if we're gonna draft him at a number 11, would it be a bad thing to move him to guard? Because you say yes, that's too high.
Because of the fact that I'm not going to draft a guy that should potentially be a tackle and move his position at 11. You do that at 32 or 46. If you're drafting at 11, you are taking who you are perceiving to be the 11th best player in college football, or you're reaching for a pick via need a position. So there's no way that I can take a guy at 11 and then hope I'm going to move into another position, because that's a bad recipe.
Okay, I could see if you're saying just putting hope. But what if you knew that he was a better guard than the right tackle? Would you take him? What if you knew that he would be better at guard than that tackle?
If I knew that, and well, the question is, how good of a guard is he going to be? If I knew he's a better guard.
Let's say he does a little bit better, a tier above Zeitler.
I wouldn't take him. I wouldn't take him at 11. If he's a tier above Zeidler, I wouldn't take him at 11. There's just too many players right now that, if you look at it, if you just look at what's available, I don't want to play a guessing game with the 11th pick. You can play a guessing game with like your second round. You shouldn't, but you could play a guessing game with your second round pick. You could take a shot like we did with Matt with your third round pick. And even as you get down to your 4th and 5th, you can still do the same thing. But with the 11th overall pick in the draft, I better be 100% sure that I am sold on this guy's position. And if he was a tackle in college and I'm moving him to a guard in the pros, I'm already seeing a red flag.
Okay, yeah. Sometimes that actually helps, like moving him to a different position. I still believe in Matt Pert, honestly. I still believe Matt Pert can turn out to be an excellent right tackle. He showed promise last year when he was able to play, when he got his snaps. And I believe Andrew Thomas is going to turn into a pretty good left tackle as well. So I believe we already have our tackles on this team. They just need a little bit more time. Now, the guard position, I believe if we can get a Wyatt Davis or someone like a Creed Humphrey in the second round, that would do wonders for our offensive line, because now we have pieces we can maneuver. I want to say Nate Soder might be our starting right guard this year.
Nate, nah, he's going to be the swing tackle.
I think he's going to beat out. I think he's going to get more snaps than people think. I think on passing downs, they might put him in at guard.
My thing is, you can't move Nate to guard. Nate's 32 years old. He's basically only played tackle, and you're going to
guard his first couple of years with the Patriots, I believe.
Yeah, that was 9 years ago.
Yeah,
I mean, I've said it before. I in high school I used to play center, and I was 6 feet tall. So that doesn't mean that I could go play center in college. I mean, I'm 6'1" now. Doesn't mean I can go play center anymore. But you're asking a 32-year-old who's coming back off a year, a complete year off, who actually did not excel at tackle when he was supposed to be the big free agent tackle, and then you want to move him to guard. No, I can't. If that was the case, I should have just dumped him and kept Zeidler.
You still wouldn't have had enough money because Zeidler contract was way higher than.
Yeah, but you saw what he got. I mean,
Zeidler got like what, $3 million, I think.
Oh, no, Zeidler got more. He got back all of his guaranteed money, but over 2 years. So why couldn't we have? And he even came out and said the Giants never offered to renegotiate.
I wonder why. I would have negotiated with Zeidler.
Well, I think
he was basically our best O-lineman, to be honest with you.
I think they were just looking to. I think they were just looking to get rid of him, go with the younger talent. Let's see, Evan Ingram. Giants drafted him at safety. Dude got injured, but dude, I was elite. I was elite. I was. The Philadelphia Inquirer, long time ago, said I patrolled the defensive backfield like a South Philly thug. And that was back when we had leather helmets.
Industry Plug says something pretty cool.
Yeah, let's see here. Let's go back over here. Slater at 11 over Smith and Parsons would make me throw up. I've already said this a million times, Pat. If they pick Slater, I'm quitting. I'm quitting that day. I am turning everything off, and I am quitting. I'm gonna go and I am gonna go and do a Dallas Mavericks channel.
Yeah, I'm actually going to start streaming their games where I can catch them. Start streaming their games on my channel pretty soon. But yeah, if Devontae Smith or Parsons is there and they take Slater, I'll be a little disappointed. I'm not going to lie to you fans. I'll be a little disappointed. Even though offensive lineman may be a need, I don't think it's a first round need again. Like, we can't keep taking linemen in the first round, especially if they're not just solid prospects like a Quentin Nelson or somebody of that caliber, like Tyron Smith when he came out. What's the tackle that came out not too long ago that's amazing?
Which one? The one in Baltimore? The kid in Baltimore?
Yeah, Orlando Brown. Somebody like that. If this lineman here has a lot of questions about him, he just rolls up draft boards like somebody running a good 40. I don't know how a lineman rises like this. I don't know what he did to rise like this. I guess because the Chase Young game, everybody's hyped about him, but that was one game. I bet you if you put Chase Young against him right now, the results will be different.
Yep.
I'll tell you that now. The results will be way different. Especially if somebody like Jalen Waddle or Devontae Smith or Parsons. I would rather have a Kwity Paye. I really like Phillips. I don't know if 11's too high for him, but I really like Phillips, the edge from Miami. I really like him.
Yep.
I'm starting to like Ojulari a little bit more. He reminds me of a stronger Lorenzo Carter. He has a high ceiling, but it's going to take some work. But we got the perfect people that he can work with. We have teachers with our team now, so we're not just throwing coaches out there and just throwing people to the wolves. So we have a lot of options, but I will say there's a lot of prospects out there that I will want other than Slater.
Oh yeah,
more film that I look at. Because
Vinny G, we got to say hi to Vinny G though. I always I never see him on the streams on Sunday, and I don't know why. I'm a little upset with Vinny G, but that's all right. He always leaves great comments. And I saw something from Zachary here real quick though. Spurs are winning 67-30. Are they playing the Mavericks?
I know they beat us not like a day ago. We playing them again already? And if so, we getting killed 67-30 by the Spurs. We in trouble.
Yeah, maybe I'm not doing a Dallas Mavericks channel.
Right. We're in trouble. They don't even have Aldridge anymore.
No. Let's see. Hopefully Danny Jones can prove he's a quarterback this upcoming season. I don't know.
I'll say this about Daniel Jones. I believe the guy can be a good to very good quarterback in this league. He has all the tools. Let's see what he does with the weapons that he has now. Even if we don't draft the receiver in the first couple of rounds, he still has plenty of weapons to work with. We're going to really see what this guy's about this year. Hopefully it turns out for the best, because if it doesn't, that means we wasted the number 6 pick on a quarterback, and that sets your franchise back for years.
Since 2022, since 2022 does not look like a bumper crop for quarterbacks.
Right. It doesn't.
Anything but a
one top prospect.
Maybe anything but a wide receiver at linebacker at 11 is a mistake. Yeah. I think that's a big mistake. Oh wait, here's Jose G. There's another Jose G. Stay away from Phillips too much of it. I agree with this. Jose G is 100% right in my book. I know everyone was Pat talking about how Phillips had a better pro day than Mr. 305 Gregory Rousseau.
Mm-hmm.
And I've said it a million times, you don't play the game in shorts and sneakers. You play it with the pads on.
True.
And I worry about a guy who already has an injury history in college, taking him at a higher pick. And then I'm hoping all of a sudden those injuries are just going to disappear and dissipate and not occur in the NFL, because I have a feeling they hit harder in the NFL than they did in college.
That's true. But his injury history, is it just that I might not know all of his injury history, but I know it was the concussions in UCLA.
Yeah,
I didn't see he had any like torn ligaments in his knees or anything like that. Did he have any knee injury history or like Achilles or anything like that? Because if it's just concussions, I'm still trying to figure out how did he get so many concussions at the defensive line spot.
Well, that's easy because you're always at point of impact. I actually had through my career 11 known concussions.
Man,
and I was playing safety, but the problem was I led with my head. So that, the first thing they don't teach you, the first thing they teach you not to do, I used to do. I would lead with my head and not with the crown of my helmet on purpose, but yeah, concussions, man, you start getting them. It's a lot of concussions are techniques, and also some people are more susceptible to.
Yeah, some people are more susceptible to concussions. Maybe he's one of those people.
Oh, industry plug. You are coming with the comments tonight. People are forgetting that Kenny Galladay is an ACL away from the Giants having the same receiving core as last year. Yeah.
That's very true.
And, I know he went through the hip specialist and got his hip to take, because he missed most of last season or majority of last season with a hamstring and then a hip pointer. But we don't know exactly how that hip is going to respond, to a 17 game season.
Right. They just added a game.
Yeah. We got the away game in Miami.
So, I mean, industry plug is correct. It's a little negative, but he's absolutely correct. You can't refute that.
I don't think it's, again, I don't think it's negativity. I think it's honesty.
I think it's just truth.
Yeah.
That's basically truth. People
call me negative, but all I do is talk the truth. Let's see. Chris Vertigo. Hey, Tim, love Waddle Smith. And I don't like the last guy with the 11th pick. Nico Collins, man. Nico Collins is my guy.
Is a dog.
He is my guy.
Dog. If we can get him in the third, I would be ecstatic.
I don't see him going past I don't see him making it past the second round. But Nico is the guy. He is to me, he now, okay. I should rephrase that. Can he cover? He's a truck in the middle of the linebacking core. But if I'm putting him out in coverage, I think Blake Martinez has more of coverage skills than he does. But I think that's why he's not going to. That's why I said he's not probably going any higher than the second or third round.
You talking about the receiver? I'm talking about the receiver from Michigan.
Oh, you're talking about receiver from Michigan. I'm sorry, I'm not talking about Nico Collins. I'm talking about the other Collins, the linebacker. My God, I just can't.
Zaven Collins. You're talking about Zaven Collins.
Yes, thank you. Two different. I would take Nico Collins in the third round. I don't think he's going to be there in the third round.
I don't think he is either. And Zaven Collins, he might be there in the second round. He might be there in the second round.
But
How do you think he would fit with us, though?
I think he would fit in. I mean, right now, if you take a look at either the linebacking core and the receiving core for the Giants, the linebacking core, of course, is we are relying on the likes of Lorenzo Carter coming back, O'Shane Ximines coming back from injury, Devontae Downs.
I don't like O'Shane Ximines. I don't like Devontae Downs,
who never should have been re-signed. You then have Tay Crowder, Cam Brown, Carter Coughlin, what's his name? Reggie Ragland, Trent Harris, and I can't remember the last one. There's one more guy I'm missing, but we got so many $1 million flyers out on linebackers.
We're a linebacker by committee right now. We're gonna have to be a scheme based again this year. As far as the front seven, unless we can get one of those guys turn into the edge rusher that we need, like Lorenzo Carter could keep progressing and doesn't get hurt again. That's a major if. I don't like Ximines, man. He hasn't shown me anything since he's been here.
Well, when he came out of Old Dominion, his problem was he only had like 2 moves. I mean, he
hasn't got anything but those 2 moves,
and he has not expanded his repartee. So I mean, I liked O'Shane coming out, and I think he had 4.5 sacks his first season, then got hurt. I mean, I thought he showed potential, but I don't like the way he plays the run, and I haven't seen him match.
That's the point. He doesn't play the run. He just gets washed every time you see him. And then you could at least be the sack specialist that we need, where we could just put you out there on passing down. But he doesn't do that well anymore. And then he's getting hurt. He's really just there. And he's gonna have to show me something this year. If anybody has faith in this guy, I mean, I have to question what has he done for you to have faith in him?
Here's a good one. I like this one from Jose G. If Waddle, Smith, or Parsons aren't there, move back. And you know what?
That's the obvious choice, but I don't believe they'll do it. I don't think that's Dave Gettleman style.
I don't think he would do it. I don't. What is this? He's basically retired before coming back from college football. Oh, wait, here we go. Oh, wait. I saw one from Abe Frobin. Abe, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get to these questions here. If we can trade Evan Ingram, can we go with Jordan in the third? Brevin Jordan in the third. I think you go with Jordan in the third even if we don't trade Evan Ingram. Because I don't think Evan Ingram's going to be here past. I mean, I don't know if he'll be here past week 8 if they don't get rid of him.
Especially if especially if Rudolph is getting most of the snaps.
Yeah. I mean, I got one for you, Pat. I love it because everyone knows, Zachary, you know this because this is my player. This is my guy. Does Big Pat like Isaac Yiadom?
Isaac Yiadom.
Come on, man.
He's a great rotational piece. He actually stepped up his game later on in the season. Now, I say in the beginning, he was absolutely woeful. But he did progress. I wouldn't mind having him as a.
Did you see him in the Baltimore game or the Arizona game? I think that was towards the end of the season. I'm almost positive.
Hey, look, I'm not saying I like him as a starter. I hate him as a starter. But if he's like the third guy coming off the bench, say if you need to spell somebody real fast, yeah. But nah, I don't like him like that as a top corner on our team. No. That's the reason why we had the issues we had last year. Him and what's the other guy that was getting killed before him?
Trey Valentine.
Valentine was getting killed so bad he got released. It was another guy right after him.
You know what? My toast isn't as burnt as much as he was in the mornings. Because this guy. Does anyone remember the Chicago game?
Yes.
He didn't even turn around. I was screaming, "Oh my God, turn around!"
Did you see the catch that McLaurin got to get the touchdown in the Washington game? He was in the cover 3. He was supposed to be right there. He was right there.
That was a good
attack the ball.
Yeah, that was I can't say. I mean, that was a pretty good throw though. Thoughts on the for Notre Dame? If we could trade back, what's the kid's name?
Oh, Owusu.
Owusu.
Yeah,
I can never pronounce that.
He's a little light for me.
I think he's going to fall to the second round or even into the third.
A lot of people got him going pretty high in the first round.
Yeah, a lot of people got Slater going high too.
Yeah, that's true too. I wouldn't be surprised if Slater went pretty high though, unless people are watching the same film we are.
Well, you know what? I think, of course, NFL scouts are much smarter than we are.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they're just as wrong as we are too. Alex Sports, what's going on, my friend? Christopher, let's see here. Parsons may not be there at 11. I agree. I don't
look for the Broncos to get him.
I think. I mean, there's. I mean, where's Carolina? What is Carolina picking 9?
Yeah,
8?
Carolina's at 9. Look for Carolina too.
Yeah, like I said, they're still trying to replace Luke Kuechly.
I don't think he can replace Luke Kuechly.
Well, they haven't found anyone even to semi-replace him.
Right. Luke Kuechly was a beast, though.
We're still looking for someone to replace Jesse Armstead.
Right.
I think the Giants will go heavy offense this offseason, and I think Leo will be the king of the almost sack.
King of the almost sack.
Thank you, Zachary. I had to throw that button out. I found the button there. I just love that button now.
King of the almost sack.
Hey,
come on, that's what Leonard Williams is.
Give Leo a little credit, though, man. He's excellent against the run, and he got 11.5 sacks last year. It may not have been just straight pass rush moves and maybe a little help from Dalvin Tomlinson in the cover.
I give him all the credit in the world for getting over $20 million.
I mean, hey, we needed the guy.
What? No, he didn't. no, he didn't.
So who?
We got him one good year. He's one good year out of 6. We're giving him less money in the first year, but then we're getting killed in year 2 and 3 on this. He
had a Pro Bowl year with the Jets too, right?
Yeah. No. Oh, yes, he did his second season with the Jets, but he only had I think he only had 5.5 sacks.
Leo's he's a defensive end that's very good against the run. I would say he's elite against the run.
But he's not a defensive end. He's a defensive tackle.
Yeah, he's a defensive tackle. I think he's a 3 technique and a 3-4, which we run.
He played 78, 9, almost 80% of his snaps in the defensive tackle position. And what kills me about what kills me about Leonard Williams, what kills me, you look at Blake Martinez, Logan Ryan, James Bradbury. Mm-hmm. You watch their snap counts. They play almost every game 100% of the defensive snaps. You look at Leonard Williams, 78, 62. He doesn't even play in the high 80s in reference to snap count.
I gotta look that up. I didn't know he was playing only 78% of. I thought he was playing a pretty good amount of the snaps.
I always see him on the sideline. Towards the end of the game. Come on. Creed Humphrey in the second move Gates to guard. What do you think?
I say you can move Creed Humphrey to guard. Leave Nick Gates where he is. I believe he could be a Pro Bowl center in this league. I really do. You have to leave him where he is.
I'm going to go with that. Isaac Yannon fan club. Yes. We always have the Isaac Yannon. Guys, I know people are trying to jump into the chat. We're going to chat a little bit here first. We'll have some people jump on a little bit later. I'm waiting for the Nick game to end.
They're actually playing pretty well.
It's going just
81 to 68.
Yeah, so I'm waiting for the Nick game to end so we get some more people in the stream. I didn't know the Nick game was tonight. I would have told you we should have done this on Tuesday.
Right. I forgot the game was tonight too.
Let's see here. Oh, here we go, Jose G. Yeah, Panthers are ready. Broncos at 9. I still think Broncos are going to go corner. I think that
with the signing of Kyle Fuller and
Kyle Fuller's not going to be there more. Kyle Fuller's not going to be there more than a year. I'm telling you,
he's going to ask for more money after this.
Yeah, I'm telling you that right now. So you know what? Smart teams. I'm not saying Denver smart, but good teams and okay teams understand they plan for the future. They plan ahead. They don't burn all their cap space like in 2022 and be like negative something at millions of dollars, only 38 players on the contract, New York Giants, Dave Gilliman. I'm looking at you.
Well, if they do go corner, it's going to be Patrick Surtain because I think Caleb Fairley has dropped down some draft boards with that back surgery again. Although they said he was cleared, he had another back surgery not too long ago.
Minty Sports. I think this is a young gentleman that's starting his new channel. If I remember from the stream on Sunday, not a Parsons fan. The LB class is really deep and other options. Second, third, and fourth round. I agree.
Linebacker class. Well, you got Dylan Moses. You got
I don't think it's. I think
ahead.
I think it's a good depth class. I don't think you're outside of Parsons and maybe one other player. I don't think you're going to get a star.
Yeah, you're not going to get a star out of this class unless you take Parsons, and Zaven Collins has the potential to, be a star. But you got people like Nick Bolton, Chaz Surratt, Dylan Moses. You got a whole bunch of linebackers that actually could be pretty good in the league and do what you ask them to do. So it is, and that's the type of linebacker we really need. We have Blake Martinez. We don't need no all-world linebacker. We just need somebody that's competent there. And Tay Crowder was actually doing pretty good last year before he got hurt. So I don't know how much more faith they have in Tay Crowder this year, but I wouldn't mind like a Chaz Surratt if he fell to us in the third round or someone like that. I think Surratt will be actually dynamite in this defense as well.
Oh, yeah.
Not as good as a Michael Parsons would be, but I think he would be very good in this defense. Because he only has one gap to read.
Good question by Vinny G. Do you think Waddle will be more of a gadget player or a solid receiver? I already know. I got my opinion on this, but I'm going to let you go first. I
think he'd be a solid receiver in this league. Gadget players are someone. Let me think of like a gadget player. I can't really think of any gadget players as like
the last one I could think of, and it's going way back, is Gerald the Ice Cube McNeil. He used to play the Cleveland Browns.
Mm-hmm.
He was like 5'9", literally like 47 pounds.
Yeah.
And they used him in mainly gadget type formations. Or you look at Pat White, when he was the former quarterback, Auburn quarterback that went to Miami.
Troy Smith.
When they had the So, but no, I see him. I see him being a guy who can get open. He can gain separation, and he has the ability to make people miss. And honestly, if he does not have an issue getting off the line, I think he'll be just as dangerous as anyone in the league.
Anyone in the league. If that guy finds a way to where you can't press him and keep him at that line of scrimmage long enough for your people to get set on defense, that dude's gonna be dynamite, man. Yeah. I like Jalen Waddle a lot. And if we get him at 11, that would be ecstatic.
If he calls down to 11, I'm all for Waddle at 11. And everyone keeps asking me, well, who are you? You haven't done a mock draft. I'm not doing one yet. I've said it a million times. I'll do it like maybe 3 days before the draft. But if Waddle was available, I'd be waddling up to the podium to pick Waddle. So I'm not young. I can't run anymore. Leo's getting 16 sacks.
No.
Unless he goes to the supermarket and gets some bags. I don't know if he's got a big family, but he might need 16 sacks.
I will say this: he's going to be very dominant in the run game this year. Very dominant. Is he worth the 20? What we gave him, 21 million? Is he worth the 21 million that we gave him?
Well, no, he's getting a lot less in year one, and he's getting like almost like 24 or something crazy like that in year two.
Yeah, but his average is around 21 million a year. I do believe.
Well, so. Yeah, if you break it down, I never break down the average only because of the fact that you got to look at the total contract value because that's what's going to. 2022 and 2023 is what's going to screw us on the cap.
I think there's like 24, then it jumps up to like 26 the next year, something like that.
Something crazy.
So if you want to base it that way, is he worth the 24 million that we're going to be paying him next year?
Let me think about it. No.
Only defensive lineman that will even come close to worth the 24 million is Aaron Donald.
Yeah, let me think about it again. No. Should I think about it a third time?
No. Nah.
There we go. What position do you think could double down on like O-line in 2020, quarterback in CB, CB in 2019? Maybe we could.
If we do double down, I would say it would be O-line again.
I was going to say O-line would probably be where I would think that we could go with that. Oh, wait a minute. Zachary. Okay, Zachary. I'm going to try to get to everyone's, you know me, I try to get to everyone's chat. We needed Dalvin Thompson. Minnesota owed us multiple first-round picks. Screw you, Minnesota.
Yeah, they owe us for Hankins. They owe us. No, it wasn't
Not
Hankins.
Hankins.
It was
Joseph.
Tomlinson. It was Joseph.
Yeah, that's
Didn't
what
they
they
grab one more from us? It was another defense. Was it Robbins? It was another one too, man. They got us for like 3.
Hankins went to
the Colts,
and then he went to the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's okay. Here we go. Are you going to draft a tight end? Do you want to draft another tight end like Pat here?
Is Pat Fryermuth? If he's in the second round, it depends on who's there. I'll be honest with you, and it depends on what the organization really believes about Evan Ingram. I will say this: if they don't believe in Evan Ingram, Pat Fryermuth will be a great acquisition for the Giants. I believe he brings pass catching ability that's very strong, and he's a very strong blocker, and he's a big dude.
See, this is why Jose G is smart. I've said this a million times. You can't have a number one. You can't have a first rounder at every position. That's why he's one of my favorite subscribers.
Right.
Because you can't. I mean, and I think this is a good comment, because of the fact that I think a lot of people get tied up in the fact that they think that every position that we have has to be a guy that's a first round pick. We can never have a guy that's like a stopgap guy. You know, we always I think maybe it's some more of the younger fan base, but not everyone can be a 23, 24-year-old guy with potential.
I'm going to say that too. I've never liked when teams do that, even though we kind of did that this year as far as our free agency. Every guy that you're going to get, a lot of those guys are available for a reason. Sometimes you need to get you a good veteran that could give you a good two years, maybe 1 to 2 years, that can fill a position of need. And then you can draft somebody that same year and develop them while that stopgap guy is there. A lot of those guys already know what's up when they sign the contract. They know they're not going to be here very long. Some be like, hey, look, after this 2 years, man, I might just hang them up anyway. So let me take this 2 years. Let's see what we can do. And if it works out, it works out. If not, hey, look, I go my merry way, and you got somebody behind me that you've already been training to replace me anyway.
Yep.
So I'm just playing my hardest while I'm here, get my money, and let's try to get something. If not, hey, I made my money, I'm gone.
Yep.
That's the way they look at it, man. Jose
G nailed it. We forgot about Randall L. with Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay, Randall L. Yeah.
We
forgot about if that's a gadget player to you, then Jalen Waddle is nowhere near a gadget player.
No, not even close.
He's way better than Randall L. can ever dream of being.
And another one from Jose G, we would put Waddle in motion. Yeah. And that's what you would need to do.
Do you think the guy that we hired from LSU is here to put the pressure on Garrett? A lot of people are thinking that. Do you really believe that?
Which guy from LSU are we talking about? Not what's his name?
The office. What was the? He was the offensive coordinator.
Not Galloway, right? Not Russ Galloway.
I think that's who it was.
Russ Galloway. He was with Joe Judge. I forget where. No, I did a whole video on Russ Galloway, and he is going to be. And I said it a couple days before. He's basically going to be an analyst, He's an offensive quality control coach. And when they hired him, I actually called someone that still works around MetLife and asked, what is his position? And his position with the team was going to be offensive quality control coach. And I did a video about it 2 days before it was announced, and I got blasted. And then, of course, it comes out that that's what he is. An offensive quality control coach is the entry-level position for the NFL. They chart tendencies. They chart the defenses. That's what they do.
So he's basically a scout.
The guy came from Samford University. S-A-M, not S-A-N. He was the offensive coordinator. And I even did this on one of my streams. I dared someone to tell me who was on Samford's university schedule.
Man, yeah, I can't name one thing. Samford. I know the school. I I don't know who they play.
His season as the offensive coordinator was 5-7.
Okay, so basically, Judge just did a guy a favor, basically.
Well, no, I think I think he could be a quality guy, but I think people get way too excited about a coach that is, right now we have 23 coaches.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Coaches. That's crazy. 23 coaches.
Let's see here. Okay, we got a bunch of questions here. If Kenny G goes down, will be bad as last year. Depends on, yeah.
If we're depending on John Ross, we're dead.
If we're relying on Kyle Rudolph, we're dead.
True.
Let's see here. Giants thinks this is the NBA. No, I'm not. I don't want a Nick reference. I don't want. I don't want an old Nick reference. Okay, wait a minute. Here we got here. Let's see here. Oh, I got one from Christopher. This is a good question. Who is going to be returning kicks and punts this year?
If John Ross makes the team, I believe he does the kickoffs, the punts. It just depends on how much workload they want to give Peppers. I think Peppers is still our best punt returner.
We can't keep putting Peppers. Like I said, I get Jason Sehorn nightmares every time I see Peppers back there.
Yeah.
I can't.
What's the other guy? Pettis. If Pettis is still on the team, he has the record for punt returns in college football, so he can do it.
Yeah, and you know what? I have the record in high school. I have the record for most ninth inning singles in the month of April. Okay, so that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything to me. Run first offense. How about a fullback for Saquon? Who did we sign? We signed a fullback.
We signed that fullback that was with I forgot what team he was with, but he's a blocker and he can receive out the backfield too. Yeah. He's going to play special teams.
And we're going to get rid of Penny. So I mean, he's going to be a cap casualty. Let me see here. Oh, this is mean. Russ Galloway equals Walmart greeter. That was just mean. That was just holy crap over here. I got the phone ringing. So the worst thing to do is have the phone going through the soundboard. Let's see here.
92-85 Knicks, man. Good job. Oh,
did they win?
No, they're up 92-87 right now. 5 minutes to go.
5 minutes to go. 5 minutes to go.
Oh, good move. 94-87. That was a good move.
O'Shane Zimenez equals pancakes. Are we talking like Waffle House pancakes or international IHOP pancakes? Because I'm not seeing that.
Nah, he's saying that he's gonna get pancakes.
I know. I was joking because it comes up right here. It says he's always on the floor. I know. I know. Wallow. I was being a smart ass. I was just being me. Here we go. What do we got here? Whoops. Just clicked on the wrong button there. Do you think what do you think about Ingram playing for a contract, possibly having a monster year? Well, I don't
see him having a monster year with all the weapons that we just signed. His targets are going to go way down. You remember he was the most targeted receiver last year because that's basically all we had. Everybody else was getting double teamed and couldn't get off one man coverage, so he was basically all we had last year. So I think he had like 108 targets,
something crazy like that.
Yeah, I don't see him getting over 50 to 60 targets this year. So a monster year for him was if he actually catches all those passes and gets touchdowns in the red zone, then yeah, he may have a monster year. But
you got to remember the field could potentially be wide open in the middle.
That's true too.
I mean, he may not get the same amount of targets, but he may get more opportunities to actually have. Well, you know what? I shouldn't even say that because even when he was open, he dropped the ball.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I said. With the targets that he's going to get now, I'm seeing him only getting about 50 to 60 targets at the most. Let's say if he gets 55 catches for 800 yards and 6 touchdowns, that's a monster year for him. He can very well do it with the offense being wide open, but is he going to do it? That's the point.
Yeah, it's true. Do you think Joe Judge will improve his game management? Henry Hanoski. I miss Henry Hanoski. I miss the Rhino.
Yeah, he was pretty cool.
He was a good fullback. You know what? Joe Judge's game management, I don't think was Well, I should rephrase that. His timeout management was at times questionable.
Mm-hmm.
At times, and he always, I mean, he always took the timeout before somebody kicked.
Yep.
Always, man. I mean, it's like, yeah, I know. I think that worked once with Mike McCarthy in Green Bay, and now people have been doing it for years. And I don't. And then another thing that used to bug the hell out of me, Joe Judge, 4th down, 4th and 1, 4th and 2. He always keeps the offense on the field. He's always trying to get the offsides. It didn't happen once last year.
Not once.
Not one time.
We would have to waste the timeout.
Yep. Or he would let the clock go down. And I understand that you'll give him the punter 5 more yards and play for field position.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
still,
mean, that's I don't know. That's kind of like a win-win situation in certain situations like that. If you're on like the 42-yard line, you just sending the offense out there, try to get a quick, cheap offsides to keep the ball. If not, you're only going back 5 yards, give the punter a little bit of extra room. I can see that.
it's a college play.
Mm-hmm.
It's 100% a college play. And this is the NFL. The NFL, I mean, like I said, it works in college, but he did that at least once a game. And it never works ever. I mean, it may work once every 6-7 weeks, but
yeah, when everybody knows what you're gonna do.
Yeah, Evan Ingram equals game stuff. I think he's more of a target guy. I can see him working. I can see him working in target. There's a lot more things to drop.
Exactly.
Here we go. Jose G here. Here's one for Jose G. Not a Jones fan, but we need to focus and strengthen the offensive line. We need a guard, Davis in the second, or maybe a center. D3 school. He looks like the kid from the D3 school. I know you're talking about. I can't think of his name.
Can't think of his name right now either.
I don't disagree with Jose, and I've said this before. A lot of people get on me for bashing Daniel Jones, but honestly, he's got to excel this year, or we're not going anywhere.
That is true. If Daniel Jones doesn't excel this year, we're not. The reason why is because we invested too much into Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is really the key. To be honest with you, that defense is key. But if Daniel Jones is still screwing up, still getting sack fumbles or making bad passes in crucial situations, we're going to be the exact same. A 6-10, 6-11 team.
Okay, I have a problem with this. How do we have a Mark Bavaro photo here, and we're talking about Evan Ingram?
Yeah, that's blasphemy.
That's sacrilege, man. You can't do that. You can't.
I'm telling you, he's playing for a contract. Evan Ingram will have a real Pro Bowl year. I don't see it, Seti. I just don't see it, man. I don't see him being.
You never know, though. I mean, like I said, I like to bash Evan Ingram just like everyone else, but you don't know. I mean, he's right though. He's playing for a contract. He's playing for his place in the league. This, if for Evan Ingram, since he's going off his 5th year, this is probably going to be his big contract, his big payday.
Yeah, if he doesn't get a big payday, he's never going to get it.
I don't think he's going to get it either. I don't.
That's what she said.
See, that's why he's never going to get it. But yeah, I mean,
I don't see it, man. I see this guy as being a super talented guy. Everybody takes a chance on because he's a super talented guy. He's very fast. You give him a 1-year flyer, see if he could do anything for the rest of his career after this year.
This is a good one. Zach from Zach Attack. Do you think Jason Garrett will go back to the offense he ran in Dallas, or does he still have to keep it simple since the Tampa game exposed Jones? And that's actually a really good question. And if you're talking about the offense he ran his first 2 seasons as the OC, which was more of the motion, Air Coryell offense, I don't know how much confidence they have to put Jones in a multiple read offense. And like I said, I think a lot of why we went into a shell offensively was because of the fact that I don't think it was just Jason Garrett. I think the coaching staff didn't trust Daniel Jones to make the right decisions on a multiple set offense and with the multiple read, especially towards the end of the season. Because everyone will say, well, he didn't have any interceptions for so many games. Yeah, he also didn't throw the ball. and he was throwing for like 200 yards.
That was a good game if you threw for 200 yards.
I was being nice.
Yes, that was a good game.
I'm turning over a new leaf. I'm being nice.
Okay.
Screw you, Daniel Jones. I hate you. Oh, I'm sorry. Is the mic on again? To answer Zach's question, I would like to, with the wide receiver talent they have and the running back talent they have with Saquon Barkley and the potential tight end talent, if we went to that type of offense, I think it could be explosive if we had a quarterback that could actually get someone the ball.
I will say this, don't matter what, we have to open up the offensive playbook. We got too much talent on this team now. We got to figure out if Daniel Jones is the guy. We can't baby him his whole career.
No.
You got to figure out if he's the guy or not. We need to find that out this year, because if he's not the guy, we can go out and try to trade for a veteran, or I would say draft someone, but there's no quarterbacks coming out next year.
Well, you know what's funny? Everyone thought this year was going to be outside of Trevor Lawrence. No one really thought this year was going to be a banner year for quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's true. But Zach Wilson came out of nowhere. Justin Fields showed that he was pretty good. Trey Lance, I'm still not sold on Trey Lance, but he can actually turn out to be pretty darn good. And if the 49ers take Mac Jones number 3, they're stupid.
I don't think they're taking Mac Jones.
Yeah, if they take Mac Jones number 3, like some reports say, I have to see what type of alcohol they're drinking, but
I think that I have more of a chance to go 3rd overall.
I believe they're taking Justin Fields or Trey Lance right there, but
I can't see taking Trey Lance that high either.
Yeah. The first 3 picks are going to be quarterbacks, no matter what.
I'm still a Fields guy, and I know he's gone down, but I'm still a Fields guy.
I don't know why he's went down, though. What did he do to go down?
Well, he did not have the same season that he had the year before. I mean, he showed a little bit more indecisiveness this year. I mean, he didn't have the same type of season, and I can understand that. But also, you had the COVID issues, you had the weird schedule,
and then everybody was gone too, right? Only person that was still there was Olave, wasn't it?
Yeah, but still, I mean, you should be able to go through that talent.
Okay. Yeah, Mac Jones was overthrowing people in his pro day. I was like, what's going on? How you overthrowing people at your pro day?
Pro days mean nothing.
Exactly. It's scripted. I don't know why people go crazy.
They know nothing. They know nothing. Listen, if I was in just shorts and just sneakers, I would be drafted left and right. I don't want to brag. Everyone wants this old flabby body.
That's what she said.
I like Trey Lance. I do. I actually like Trey Lance, but I see him 2-3 years down the road.
Yeah, I see him as a developmental type quarterback that if you actually develop him correctly, he can turn into something pretty good. But he has to be in the right situation. If he goes to somebody like the Lions or anybody like that, he's dead.
Yep. They're drinking Corona. Well, if you're drinking Corona, you're not drinking beer. So
right.
That's not even drinking. That's like just filling up your bladder so you can go to the bathroom 10 minutes later. But at least you put a lime in it. So, I mean, that's always my thing. I like my alcohol to have fruit in it. Jones is a first-rate quarterback that gets nervous. Well, yeah, it is, and that's not there. But the O-line didn't help. But to Pat's point, Jose, and Pat pointed out earlier, there was time last year where the O-line was not horrid.
No, the O-line played pretty well at times last year.
And yeah, I mean that, and the fact that I think Daniel Jones held on to the ball, was it the 4th longest?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a bad recipe.
Hey, look, I'm gonna say this again, man. Daniel Jones, we gotta find out who Daniel Jones is this year.
Yep.
We can't keep coming up with excuses. You can't keep babying the guy. We can't blame the offensive line and the receivers anymore because he has receivers now. Even if we don't take one in the first round, he still has a better receiving core than he did last year.
Yep.
There's no more baby in this guy, man. I like Daniel Jones a lot.
Yeah, he stepped back. He took a step. Juan is 100% right. He took a step back. There's nothing else you can say. He took a step back in 2020. Love him, hate him. What's going on with Peyton? What did Peyton do?
Oh, he's been killing the Lakers. He's literally been killing the Lakers.
I like Peyton, and I do some Nick stuff, but I like Peyton. Peyton is a professional and a point guard, and when he is on, he is more than good. He's more than above average, and he can run a team. And I didn't like the fact that we're putting Quickly in because we see Quickly hit the rookie wall, and Quickly will have his game. And I've said this a million times, he'll have his games where he drops 20. But then he's going to go 0 for 7, 2 for 6, 2 for 9 the next night. That's why we need someone like Derrick Rose. Let's see here. Jonathan. I'm sorry. I would say, hope QBs go in the top 10. The more the merrier, the better pick for us. Yeah.
Yeah. I hope 5 quarterbacks go in the top 10. I really do.
Hope 9.
Right.
I'll be nice. I won't say 10. 9. That'd be great. Let's see here. Do you guys think Daniel Jones throw for over 4,000 yards this year?
I believe so. If he gets his pocket presence up and learns how to read that field the way he's supposed to, I know they've been working more with him this year, this offseason, and he's trying to get, he got Kenny Galladay and them out there trying to get rapport with him. If he does what he's supposed to do, there's no reason why he can't throw for 4,000 yards, but will he do so is up in the air. I say if he throws for 4,000 yards, we're a playoff team, hands down.
Oh, I agree, but I don't, like I said, I don't think he could throw for 4,000 yards in Madden. I don't see it. I really don't. I mean, I'm not, and like I said, and I understand we have to put all of our faith in Daniel Jones, but Don Lee, 31st in pass protection, yes, but that is subjective, and
exactly.
I'm going to tell you why, and Pat will probably back me up on this. Pass protection also has to do with your quarterback, his audibles, the way he checks for the mic. There are so many variants to that. How long he holds onto the ball, how he runs off broken plays, how he's moving and setting his. Eli Manning was by the end of his career, and even after his second and third year, was a master at putting his guys in the right spot to succeed. A lot of people will tell you he had great offensive lines, but Eli Manning had a good portion of his career where he had horrid offensive lines. And in 2004, when Kurt Warner was a quarterback, Kurt Warner would get sacked at least 17 times a game, it seemed like. Eli Manning came in and their sack total was
blasted.
Yeah.
And he still was getting blasted.
Yeah.
His rookie year.
Oh, well, outside, was it Trotter that rocked him on that?
Man, he got killed on that play. And he got right up.
He didn't see him. He didn't see him, man, at all. Let's see here. Let's go to Jose G real quick here. Whoops. Oh, I believe I know all Jones's flaws. I've been pointing them out since we drafted him. Jose G, I know that. I know you have. And you know what? I have as well. And that's why you're one of my favorite subscribers. Everyone's one of my favorite subscribers. I should rephrase that. I love everybody. I really do. You know what, Pat? I have to laugh because I get I get blasted a lot in certain comments because I say certain things, but there are so many people that just leave intelligent comments. And even the ones that don't leave intelligent comments, they're fun to read.
Yeah. Very fun to read.
They're good to read. Dave Gettleman has to draft a Dave Brown clone. Oh, man, why did he say that?
Dave Brown?
Why did you say
Come on, man. Now Dave Brown. Jeez Louise.
We're going to say Kent Graham. Danny Cannell. Something like that. Let's see here. Let's see.
I just want him to turn into Jeff Hostetler.
Jeff Hostetler had 2 good games. And then they went with him over Sims, and that didn't work out too well.
No.
They had to bring Sims back, and then he had an okay career with the Raiders.
Yeah, he went to the Raiders.
Then he was nothing. He was nothing in Washington.
Nothing.
He didn't play for like the first 8 years of his career. I remember him in 2004 blocking a punt, Jeff Hostetler, because he wanted to get on the field so bad. You don't remember that? No, you're not old. You're not old.
I remember that 2004. Yeah, I remember that.
No, not 2004. 1984.
Oh, you said 80. I thought you said 2004.
84, man.
Oh no, I wasn't even born then.
Hey, no, Haas. When he came out of West Virginia, he of course was behind Sims, and he wanted to play. So he convinced Parcells to put him in as a gunner on punts.
Hey, the guy wanted to get on the field.
And then he also played wide receiver a couple times. All right, here's a good question because I'm not answering. I'm going to let you answer it. Who do you guys want at 11? Because we all know I'm not going to answer that.
What I want at 11, I'll be honest with you. I just want us to get a good player at 11 and don't reach for anybody.
Yeah.
I will be a little bit disappointed, though, if a lot of those guys that I do like are on the board, we took Slater because Slater has the potential to be an Eric Flowers. I'm telling you guys. I know you don't like it, but I'm telling you guys, he has the potential to be a Eric Flowers type, man, because he was getting beat by swim move after swim move after swim move against guys that against teams is like, this is why are you getting beat by this guy? Like, you shouldn't be getting beat by this guy.
No, you're right. I mean, Zachary, Dave Brown. Yeah, DJ goes, his dad calls him that. Okay. Zachary's a college student. So yeah. He's not, your dad's not wrong.
Dave Brown, man, that's bad, man.
Have your dad call me up. We'll have a beer and talk about Dave Brown.
Oh yeah, Nick's gonna win. It's 111.94 with 10 seconds left. I might be behind because I'm in Louisiana, so it may already be over. They killed the Lakers.
There's a time-space continuum in Louisiana that stops the Knicks games from coming on at the same time. I think TV works the same way in Louisiana.
No, I got it streamed.
Oh, you got to stream? Yeah, you might be on a delay.
So it might be lagging.
Who was the only Giant to score an offensive touchdown and a defensive touchdown? I'm going to say George Martin.
I was going to say you got me on that one.
George Martin. He played tight end. I can't remember. He scored one touchdown, and then of course George Martin scored a bunch of touchdowns as a defensive player, and the big one everyone remembers when he got the Denver game when he did the one-handed pirouette or interception and went all the way down the field, and he even said at the end of the game, it's the hardest he had ever been hit at the end because Lawrence Taylor tackled him when he got into the end zone. He said that was the hardest.
George Martin played tight end.
Well, he didn't play tight end. He would come in as a tight end on passing down the goal line.
I didn't know he played.
Yeah, going back into the 70s. Zachary, we know you're a college student and know nothing. We know that. We know that because you just said this. And I know you're joking, but you just said that.
There's not a defensive tackle on the draft that you take at 11.
No, he's just being a wise ass.
Right.
Tom Landry. I didn't know Tom Landry scored a touchdown on both. I know George Martin did. I did not know that. David Terry's got a good one here. Eric Flowers, there goes my blood pressure.
Hey man, I look at film a lot, man, and I see it. I see the potential of him doing it, but I also see that a guy that can turn out to be pretty good. But he has a lot to work on. He's not a supreme product like they're putting him out there to be. No, he's gonna have some trials when he gets to the league. I'm telling you.
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. Let's see here. Let's go to Abe real quick. Got to remember, DJ only played with Saquon about half his games. That's a huge threat, and the defense didn't have to account for it. Yeah. I mean,
look, DJ, only reason why I say there's no more excuses for DJ is because there has to be no more excuses for DJ. We have to find out who he is. So just in case this is not the right guy, we're not set back to 2027 because we try to bring this guy along for 6 to 7 years knowing that he's not the guy. We got to find out now. He's a number 6 pick overall, no matter if he deserved to go there or not. He was a number 6 pick overall, and missing on a quarterback that high can send your franchise back for years. With the talent that we just got, we have to find out now because we're only going to have this amount of talent, people, for only about 2 to 3 to 4 years, maybe, if we're lucky.
You're right.
So don't believe all the people that we got now. We're going to have a super team for 10 years. That's not going to happen.
I just love the fact that I love the fact that, yes, we cannot underestimate Dave Gettleman's stupidity.
He's not drafting a defensive tackle at 11, man.
I don't think he is.
No, there's not a defensive tackle prospect that's that high. Now, if we had someone like the Brown guy from last year going in this draft, then I'd be a little bit worried. What was his name? The guy that went to the Panthers.
Oh yeah,
his name Brown. If there was a guy like that, the guy that came from Auburn in this draft, then I'll be a little bit worried because he loves defensive tackles. I'll tell you that now. Should he traded away a pick to get Williams? So
the big question is, I was just watching the Nick highlight. Aren't the Knicks in the playoffs now? Because I forget how many games we're up over Toronto, and they're taking the first. Oh, there's the Nick game in the background. They're taking the first 10. They're taking the first 10 teams, and I know they were currently in 8th. But I think the Knicks are actually in the playoffs. I think they pretty much have got a lock for this year's playoffs.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, well, they're doing that whole weird thing where they're taking the first 10. They're taking 10 teams instead of 8, and doing that thing like they did at the end of last year.
Oh, so they got 10 seeds.
Yeah, yes. I know they're in 8, but I believe, like I said, I believe they're going 10 seeds this year, and we're X amount of games up over on Toronto, and that would be for the 10th place. Let's see here. Whoops. Jose, you're leaving. Yeah, I'm going to be leaving soon too. I'm going to drop Svi in for a couple minutes because I got a couple things I got to do. Let's see if we can't drop. So let's add him to the stream because we know how he is. Mr. Svi, how are you tonight?
What's going on, bro?
I'm all right, man. What's going on? How are you guys?
Oh my God. We got people calling left and right. This isn't a call-in show, guys.
I had to call Tim. It's been a while. So.
I know, man. I know what you've been doing. Well, you're in Miami. You're in where you at? Palm Beach?
Yeah, I'm burned. I'm down in Palm City. It's beautiful here, man. It's very quiet, reserved, away from all the craziness. You know.
Okay.
I hang out.
I'm actually gonna be vacationing in Florida pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm coming back.
The Knicks are in the play-in. Yes, Zachary's right. The Knicks are in the play-in.
The Knicks are in the what? Play-in to get into the playoffs?
No, they're in the play-in. So they're either the 8th, the 9th, or the 10th seed. So yeah, they're technically in the play-in for the playoffs. So Zach Attack is right.
That's a big win for them tonight against the Lakers. The Lakers just blew out the Brooklyn Nets the other night. You know, the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah.
To me, they're still New Jersey.
Yeah, they
always got super teams going on, man. Nobody can say anything about LeBron anymore, man. Everybody's doing it. So,
well, he started.
You see what
he started, but
see what the Lakers are without him, though. They're not a show of themselves.
Who is this people calling me? All right, you guys talk for a minute. I'm going to mute out a second here because someone keeps calling me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people have been talking about. I know who you want at 11. You want Micah Parsons.
Listen,
and
I
kind of do too.
A little bit. I open up my view a little bit, but I'm really big on defense at 11, you know. So I understand people are in love with Devontae Smith. But we put all this money into offense, but we still don't have a full offensive line. So what happens when that blows up and all these weapons go to shit? So I'm worried about that.
A lot of people keep saying that we have no offensive line. The offensive line actually did pretty well down the stretch last year. I don't believe we have our offensive line is just not there like it was the last few years Eli Manning was there. Our offensive line can handle its own. I believe a lot of the issues with the offensive line happened with Daniel Jones holding on to that ball too long as well. Him not making correct reads where he was supposed to. Daniel Jones not be able to point out the mic like how Eli used to do for us.
Right.
So he has a lot to play with that offensive line too. But with Saquon Barkley coming back, hopefully healthy, that helps us out a whole lot too. So I don't mind us going defense with the first pick. But if we get a receiver like Devontae Smith or Waddle, that opens up a lot of things on offense as well, because now you have two receivers that can beat somebody off the line and get open very quickly, which makes where Daniel Jones doesn't have to read for so long because his receivers couldn't get off bump and run coverage, or they're running cover one and nobody can get past anybody. So That helps out a lot too. But I will say this: if it's between Parsons or Slater, I'm taking Parsons all day. If it's between Parsons and Smith, I'm still taking Parsons pretty much. I believe that guy will make this defense absolutely crazy because you got somebody that's that talented only having to read one gap. He doesn't have to play all over the field like he did at Penn State because we got Blake Martinez for that. Blake Martinez is an absolute beast when it comes to getting tackles. Imagine somebody that fast right behind him in the other gap, and he knows how to fill a gap. I've seen him get past guards. I've seen him get past tackles. That's why you believe he can actually rush the passer as well, which he can, but he's not an every down guy. But in certain situations, like a 3rd and 14, a 3rd and 15, a 3rd and 10, 38, you know they have to pass. I'm putting Parsons on that edge with Lorenzo Carter on the other side. I can have what's our safety? Peppers come down and play up the way he does with the money linebacker position with Blake Martinez out there, or if you have another linebacker that you feel is good and covered. So, man, that Parsons would be great, man.
All right, guys, I'm actually going to have to end the stream because I got to take a phone call because I got a thing I got to do. But I didn't know, Pat, are you going to continue
real quick, Tim, I wanted to throw you a guy came into my head and I looked at him. We were talking about these players, gadget players that do everything.
Right.
Maybe you remember a guy that was a Brown legend in the 90s, Eric Metcalf.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he wasn't a gadget player. He did everything, but he wasn't a gadget guy though. He was he actually had a 1,000-yard rushing season, and his father played for the Cardinals. He was more of a guy that could really do anything. He could receive, he could rush,
everything. That's what I mean.
I'll tell you one that we forgot: Dante Hall from the Chiefs.
Oh God, Dante Hall. Yeah, that's a gadget guy.
Yeah,
that's a gadget guy. I forgot about Dante Hall, man. Mm-hmm. That's it. But I'm gonna have to run on, guys. Big Pat, I don't know if you're gonna continue this on your channel.
I'm gonna have to go to.
I gotta go grab this call because they keep calling me back again.
We'll talk again. All right.
Oh, we will, guys. And again, like I said, we're gonna end it early here tonight. Hope everyone had a great time. Like I said, I will be on Pat's channel on Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as well. Steve, thank you for dropping in. Those who did not get a chance to drop in, I promise you, we'll try to get everyone in on Pat's channel next week. So join us. Tim has a meeting with Joe Judge. Yes, I have a meeting with Joe Judge. Now I have a meeting with someone from Fidelity Bank.
All right. Yeah, that's an important call.
Yeah, I gotta take that call. Well, you guys have a good night, and like I said, I hope you guys we'll see you soon. And also, we'll have a stream on Sunday as well at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, good night, guys.
All right, good night, y'all.